Welcome, kindergarten parents. My name is Beth Lambert.
My name is Trina Canigliaro.
My name is Emily Hammond.
Our parent presentation starts off with 5-year-old independence, such as dropping off your children, morning routine, responsibilities, and outdoor gear. We are really trying to have them showcase what they can do to become independent and practice what it looks like and sounds like. Some of the things that might be encouraged of your children is waving goodbye to you and giving them a hug and watching them put their folder and lunch count and take care of some of their responsibilities in the classroom. Social emotionally, there are 3 areas: growth and independence, play, and support oral language. Growth and independence offers building relationships, following rules and routine, and encouraging good manners. Play, and we're encouraging children to go from parallel play to interactive play, where they are developing the two-way conversation. Supporting oral language is done through our daily news within the classroom and our morning meeting. We follow responsive classroom techniques, interactive reading and writing, and our talk time. Today we are going to be talking about balanced literacy approach. Part of the balanced literacy includes reader's workshop, writer's workshop, shared reading, shared writing, interactive read aloud, interactive writing, word work, and handwriting.
Hi, this is Emily Hammond, and I'm going to be talking about reading. We read all day throughout the day in kindergarten. We have a specific time called Reader's Workshop. And we have interactive read alouds, shared reading, and Reader's Workshop. We start every day with a mini lesson where we teach 5 minutes or less, practicing a skill. Then there's time for students to independent read and try this out. And then eventually they work with a partner and practice then as well. At the very end of Reader's Workshop, we always end with sharing time. This looks like in Reader's Workshop, they have their very own book box with books that they can read on their own at their own level, and also storybooks that they can retell. We start with comprehension by just retelling stories that we're familiar with as we're starting with our books from home. We sequence stories and nursery rhymes. We answer questions and really talk about books. You'll see your child starting to solve tricky words using different strategies. As we teach them, you'll see these strategies come home with your child. We always work on fluency and making our voice sound nice and smooth, and using expression throughout Reader's Workshop as well.
Hi, this is Trina Canigliaro, and I talk about the writing we do in kindergarten. We write every day in the morning for Writer's Workshop. That lesson format is very similar to Reader's Workshop. We always begin our lesson with a mini lesson, about 5 minutes or less. That's where the teacher is illustrating what the job is for the day for the children to be working on during their independent writing time. After the teacher teaches the lesson, the boys and girls have a chance to do a partner share where they're planning out their writing for the day. As you look at our chart, it says that writers think, they plan out their writing, then once they get to their table, they start drawing, and we add details to our pictures. They work on labeling, and then we're moving toward that conventional writing. As the boys and girls are independently writing, the teacher is walking around and helping each child do their very best work at their own level. At the end of Writer's Workshop, we have a chance to showcase and share the great work we have done for the day. The writing progression in kindergarten begins always with that oral story, talking about what they're going to write about for the day. Then we add to our pictures, labels, and moving toward conventional writing. As the year progresses, each month to month and a half, we have a different genre. We're writing narrative writing, opinion and persuasive writing, and informational writing. In the month of October, we'll begin writing like scientists. Later in the year, we'll be writing how-to books and also all about books. As we are teaching writing, we are using the Handwriting Without Tears curriculum. That's where we focus on correct letter formation and configuration of each letter. The children have had a chance to build with magnetic pieces and wooden pieces, and we use the language big line, big curves, and little curves. We also incorporate Jolly Phonics, where the boys and girls hear a story about each letter. There's a song, and there's also an action as they're learning how letters and sounds go together to add to their writing.
Hi, I'm Beth Lambert. I'm going to be talking about the word work. Part of our word work is Words Their Way, our spelling program. This is where your child will have weekly spelling sorts. Spelling sorts can range from letter sorts to rhyming sorts to different kinds of word parts within a word. During our word workstations, your child will have experience with Play-Doh, watercolors, dry erase markers, and different kinds of literacy games. We will use these kinds of materials to incorporate some of the reading readiness skills that your child will need for reading and writing. We also use interactive charts, songs, and poems that we read and sing on a daily basis and promote good reading through these charts, songs, and poems.
I'm going to tell you about our math program at Summit School. We use the Everyday Math program, and you'll notice that the curriculum spirals. We introduce a topic and kind of hit it again and again throughout the school year. In kindergarten, a lot of our math is hands-on and we explore. In the beginning of the year, we're exploring shapes, counting, sorting, all of that. Eventually, you're going to start seeing home links come home where your child will showcase what they're learning at Summit School. In math time, they'll be adding and subtracting numbers within 10. They'll be able to do that by the end of the year. And counting from 100 and reading and writing numbers to 100 as well. You'll see a lot of our games we'll be sending home and the opportunities for you to play these with your child at home. The home links you'll see coming home will be coming home about 2 to 3 times a week, and that's just a time for your child to show you what they can do.
I'm going to talk about our science and social studies curriculum in kindergarten. The kindergarten science curriculum provides many experiences for children to explore life and physical science. It includes a lot of hands-on activities that allow the children to use the thinking processes of comparing, communicating, and observing. The children are encouraged to predict, question, classify, measure, and draw conclusions and experiences appropriate to the kindergarten level. Our different units of studies that we'll be talking about and learning about this year are solids and liquids, organisms, and trees. Our organism unit seems to be a kindergarten favorite. Your child will be talking about our baby chicks that we hatch in the spring. We're also going to be exploring guppies and snails, millipedes, and pill bugs. We'll observe the changes in the trees. We'll go on a walk on our playground and see how the trees change throughout the school year, as well as creating the trees through an art activity each season of the year. The kindergarten social studies curriculum provides all students with the opportunity to develop the knowledge, skills, and values necessary to participate in society and understand our world. Students are introduced to the concepts of citizenship, people, places, and resources. At the kindergarten level, it's relevant to their lives. We'll be talking about all about me, my family, school community, current events, holidays, community helpers, maps and globes, seasons and weather, long ago and today, cooperation and respect, as well as problem solving this year in kindergarten. This is still Trina. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about homework in kindergarten. Yes, we do have a little bit of homework in kindergarten. The most important thing is building conversation with your child. Each Friday, your child's teacher will be sending home a weekly newsletter. We're hoping that this will help bridge the gap from what they have done during the day to your conversations after school. Asking specific questions like, who did you play with today? What book did your child read during Reader's Workshop time? What did you write about during Writer's Workshop will help your child remember what they did that day. The most important job you can do as a parent, as a partner with us, is read to your child every day. As your child is becoming a reader, continue to build and model what a reader looks like and sounds like is encouraged daily. Later in the school year, your child will be bringing home a book bag. We will begin that around November. In that book bag will be a letter explaining what your job as the parent is, as well as the job of the child. Initially, as your child is becoming a reader, your child will be bringing home one storybook for you to enjoy the story and talk about it. In December, your child will be bringing home a book for you to read, as well as a book that they've had a chance to read on their own and a lot of practice. So it should be a pretty easy book for them to read. Like Emily Hammond spoke about earlier, we'll be sending home math as well as handwriting home links so your child can showcase what they've learned in school and have extra time to practice at home.
In kindergarten, we assess many times throughout the school year. We start in October with PALS, and also we follow up again with that in May. That's just looking at early literacy skills, letters and sounds, concepts of print, spelling, and recognizing words. Then in reading, we are always assessing as we go throughout each unit, meeting and conferencing with your child daily. And we use this information to kind of direct our teaching as we keep going throughout the units. We have MAPS testing starting in October, then in January, and also in May. We use district reading assessments that's given twice a year, December and May. However, throughout the year, we continue to monitor which level your child is reading through informal reading assessments too. We take different writing samples throughout the year and watch as your child grows from starting with pictures and building from there to sentences and stories. In math, we also have ongoing assessments. We assess the basic facts, addition and subtraction within 5 in the second and third trimester, and also assessments are taken at the beginning, middle, and end of the year as we keep moving throughout all of the units. So again, we use all of this information. I know it looks like a lot of testing, but we use all of this information to help us bring your child to where they need to be and keep on pushing them.
Next, all kindergarten specials will be 1:30 to 2:30, Monday through Friday. The 30-minute classes are gym, music, library, guidance, and also meeting with our buddy classes. Gym will meet 3 times a week, music 2 times a week, library and technology will be 1 time a week. That will also be a time when your child will get to experience maker space. Guidance will be once every other week, and we oftentimes get together with a buddy class to showcase Readers and Writers Workshop. There is 1 30-minute class, art, which will be once a week, and every day our lunch and recess is from 12 o'clock till 12:45.
We have many opportunities for you to come in and see how your kindergartner is doing, and some of these opportunities are also to join us during field trips. Our first field trip that we'll be going on is to Ebert's Greenhouse. Then in the middle of the year, we go to a play, a live performance, and also at the very end of the year, one of our kindergarten favorites is always going to the zoo. We have an all-school field trip that we take to Lapham Peak. We take seasonal walks and have many assemblies at school. Parents are always invited to come along, and we hope that each of you will get a chance to volunteer on one of our field trips this year. We have another opportunity for parents to come in and be a part of our school day, and that's our Bear Reading program. You saw some information about this at Open House, where you can volunteer once a week to come in for a half hour to read to small groups of children. If that's something that you're interested in, please contact your child's teacher.
Next thing I'm going to talk about is the responsive classroom model, and that's really where we're noticing all the great things your child is doing every single day. We often talk about what it looks like and sounds like when we line up. What does it look like and sound like during reading time, during writing time? And one of the kindergarten favorite ways of beginning our day is through our morning meeting. This is where we get to know each other, and this is where we have a chance to do some talking and sharing and playing of a game. So we begin our morning meeting with a greeting. That's where we're talking about how important it is to look at someone when you talk to them. greet them with a smile or maybe a handshake. So we say hello in a variety of ways each day. Then we have a chance to do some sharing. This is where we get to know your child's favorite color, how many people are in your family. Then the third part of the morning meeting is our activity or our game. We like to play games like Buzz and Sparkle and Just Like Me. Ask me to tell you about one of these fun games. And then during morning meeting is when we have our news and announcement time. And in kindergarten, this is where we do our show and tell on your child's assigned show and tell day. Your child can show us and tell us about their family, about their favorite toy. And this is where we record it on our daily news so the boys and girls can notice how what they say is really important, and then we read back what they have said. And we always end our day with a closing circle. At that time, we talk about the good things that happened in our day, and we talk about how kindergarten is great.
In kindergarten, we follow some classroom rules. At the beginning of the school year, the boys and girls have brainstormed different rules that we can use within our classroom. They came up with being nice and a good friend, clean up, put your things away, share, and be safe. All these rules have been modeled and practiced by the children to showcase what it looks like and it sounds like. These classroom rules definitely funnel into our Summit school rules in order to have top dog behavior. Our listening rules have also been brainstormed by the boys and girls at the beginning of the school year. Things like sit like a kindergartner with your hands in your lap, your eyes looking at the person who is talking, ears open and listening, mouths closed and quiet, raise your hand when you have something to share. Throughout the school year, we continue to practice and model and get really good at these rules.
Thank you for your time today. This is Trina Canigliaro.
Thank you from Emily Hammond.
Thank you for joining us, Mrs. Lambert.